What's up? This is a quick video to help you guys be prepared for your construction project working with Sowing a Vision when it comes to safety and then also being efficient when you're working on site. As you're getting set up for the day, you'll find a lot of times, a lot of these job sites have things scattered around the job sites, like extra cinder blocks, scraps of wood, things like that. It's better to take a minute at the beginning of the day and clear out your workspace so you're not having to navigate around different things.
Are you ready, guys? Walk in. Thomas.
In this area we had a bunch of wood and stuff, so we've kind of put it all leaning up against the wall here, out of the way, and so we want to clear space, and now we're ready to go.
When building a roof, you'll take a beam and go across the wall. And when you put a beam down, you put a bovadilla, or where the bricks that are on the ends, to accurately space the beams apart. And then once you get all of them done, and one bovadilla on each side all the way down, then you go back and you fill out the entire rest of the roof, and you have a roof.
Before you send a beam up to the roof, it's a good idea to set it aside on 2 sets of blocks, or bobadillas, and have them ready for easy pickup. This way, you can have people standing on both sides of the beam when you pick it up.
Hey guys,
Hi.
I'm Addie,
I'm Esther.
and we're alternating sides of the beam, and then we're gonna lift it up and bring it all the way over there and get it on the roof. Yes, women in STEM.
At this point, as you deliver the beam up to the scaffolding area, you're going to want to drop the back of the beam lower to the ground so that it's easier to pass it upward.
You have to drop it. Drop the bottom.
Yeah, drop the back, drop the back.
Drop the back.
Come on, lower.
Lower.
Yeah, we're good.
Drop the back lower.
Sometimes it's easier if you build your own little steps to be able to reach the top. It's too much work to try to grab from the top, so create your own steps going up. You've got block, that's what they're there for.
As you're preparing to take blocks off of the stack, just like we're doing in this spot, we're building our own scaffolding made out of the blocks themselves.
It's important to also look for cracks in the block to make sure when you're handing them off, they're not going to fall apart as you're passing them. So it's good to give a visual inspection as you're grabbing it, make sure there's no identifiable cracks, and then from there you should be good to go.
Here, we see a crack in one of the blocks. Don't send that one in the line. It's no bueno. Throw it out. Most people find that handing the block off in a vertical fashion, like you see in this clip, is the most easy way to pass it along. Then, as you reach the scaffolding, teams of 2 will hoist it up, and then one person or 2 will hand it to the people on the roof. Then, being set in place between the beams, when you're on the roof, it's best to stand over the weight of the beams themselves, not in the center of the cinder blocks. This way, if there's any weak points in the blocks, they don't crumble below and hit somebody. You'll see Caden here standing in the right position. Now that we've started the base of the roof with the beams and the blocks, now it's time to cover it with concrete. Concrete Day is exciting, and there's lots of things for everyone to do in lots of stations. First one is filling up buckets with sand. We need people filling up buckets all day long. There's options to fill up the buckets. You can use a shovel to fill it in, or you can scoop it like this method. Either way is fine. The key is filling up the buckets all the way to the top. This is how we measure the amount of sand that goes into these buckets. The second station is gravel. We need people filling up gravel all day long. As you can see, we're filling up this gravel by hand, but you can also use the shovel. Whatever way works best for you. The key again here, filling up full buckets. The workers there will tell you where to place the buckets near the mixer. At this point, the guys will start mixing concrete. Don't stand too close to the exhaust area where the mixer is. That could give you a headache. After it's mixed, we filled buckets with concrete and send it on the assembly line up to the roof. As you can see, we have one person delivering an empty bucket to in front of the pail, one person scooping concrete into the buckets, and another person lifting it up and sending it into the line. When you start to pass buckets, sometimes standing too close together is inefficient and it starts to wear on your back and your arms at times. Instead, stand a little bit further apart and it'll give you a little bit better swing and you can use the momentum to pass the buckets, like this. The concrete buckets will be passed up the scaffolding onto the roof where the workers up there will pour it into place, then sending the empty buckets down the line. Believe it or not, the empty bucket position can be a very dangerous one. You always want to maintain control of the empty buckets. The person catching the buckets must wear sunglasses, or else concrete will get in your eyes. Finally, when we've poured all the concrete, it's tempting to think, hey, we're done for the day. But we need help cleaning up. Everybody needs to pitch in and clean the buckets, clean the shovels, and carry the scaffolding to load up onto the trucks. Now you're ready. Thank you for serving with Sewing a Vision.